So you didn't choose it. You simply accepted what was already selected for you. The pre-ticked box, that thing you saw first when you enter the supermarket, and all those. So the standard package, the automatic setting, and whatever that you saw first, and whoever did it set that default for you, quietly making your decisions for you, and you never noticed. This is called the default bias. It's similar to what we talked about in the status quo bias. Okay, now my name is Dr. Cussons, Africa's premium high performance thinking and strategic execution expert. The default effect is the tendency to accept the preset, to accept the automatic, to accept the default option rather than actively choosing an alternative, even when better options are easily available. But your mind is clocked into that default that was set for you. Now, defaults carry very enormous power because they require no effort, signal an implied recommendation, and remove the discomfort of decision making. If you will not understand anything, you need to understand the power of the brain to be lazy. Yeah, and because of this, the brain is always asking for opportunity to not do its work. To that extent, anything default, it defaults to that. That is why groupthink, people want to follow what others are doing. The multitude is always right kind of mentality, and all those, because the mind doesn't want to do its work. So defaults carry enormous power because they require no effort, signal an implied recommendation, and remove the discomfort of decision making. So whoever controls the default controls the outcomes, for the majority of people who will never go back to revisit this default and change it. Now, you've already heard it's closely related to the status quo, bias, but with sharper edge. Now, what happens is that the status quo bias is about keeping what currently is, but the default bias is about accepting what was pre-selected, preset, automatic, something that you saw and you never really wanted to question or change it. It's always by someone who has an interest in your choice and who your choice benefits. So you need to understand it. In business and in relationship, it carries a lot of mark. Yeah. So in business, you see subscription companies who put you in auto renewal immediately. So when they say do a free testing, they already put you, and they say you should put your credit card or debit card, and at the end of the day, this is an auto renewal. So immediately your time elapses, you see it's renewing every time. So a lot of companies make billions by people's inertia, people's laziness to remembering to turn off the default. Okay, so in your own also, you must understand the power of the default. So your pricing tiers, your packages, your sign-up flows all have defaults. Set them intentionally, but also set them ethically. Set them intentionally, also set them ethically. Because most clients will accept whatever you pre-select for them. Yeah. So you always see that they recommended whenever you are going for a software or anything. You see recommended. They are putting you on a default, though the one that's clicked for you. Okay. So the recommended middle tier converts, not because it's the best, but because it's positioned there for you to feel is the best. In relationship, there's something. People come into relationship with what they have said by their parents, programming they have already, and they come in and say, this is how it is done. This is how we do it. There's nothing to change, and it continues that way. So you need to also understand that very well. So sometimes you see relationships running on autopilot because of what have been selected. Yeah, but nobody selected. It was selected by somebody somewhere. So the three fix we always talk about: make defaults visible. In every important decision, always ask yourself, is this my actual choice or just the option that was pre-selected for me? Is it my actual choice or was it pre-selected for me? Number two, ask, or rather set defaults deliberately in your own business. So recognize you are shaping others' decision through what you make automatic in your business. What is in the front of your website, what is in the front of your app, what is recommended in your forms, and all those kinds of things. Use that power ethically to benefit from people's initiative. Number three, periodically override autopilot in life and in relationships. Always consciously re-choose your roles, re-choose your options, re-choose your routines and commitments. Always ask yourself, when was the last time I did something for the first time? So every default is a decision someone else made for you. Stand on your feet and change it for yourself. Even in your destiny, even in your religious relationship, your imam, your pastor, your sheikh, your daddy GO, and all those. Think for yourself. Read those scriptures for yourself, okay? Take your capacity, your decision making back. Take it back. Choose actively. Set your own settings and run your life on your own terms. It's very important, not on factory process and factory settings. Yeah? So the pre-selected option is not your only option. Get it into your head. Now you need to share this with someone living their lives on default. Always ask them, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Our question, when was the last time also you fed the mind that makes the money? See you tomorrow. You